have been hosting my founders chats a little bit later than normal, guys. I have come to realize that I need to wake up a little bit more before I host them. All right. Amazing. Oh yeah, we have a great calendar. Good. Oh, we even have some openings. Okay, cool. So, just adjusted my car there. I am mobile officing it, guys. So let's share this out. Let's get some Boss Babes, some Jewelry Addicts / Boss Babes. Hi, Diana. Good morning. How are you? Oh no, it's making me sign in. Hold on, maybe I can do it over here. We are mobile officing it this morning. If you guys are here, let me know in the comments. All right, let's see here. Login. So District has been logging me out. So hold on, I have to log myself back in and get a code. If you guys aren't using your phones, I love using my phone. Surprisingly awake. You and I are the same. I'm not naturally a morning person. I can make myself a morning person, but I get this second wind at night, so I tend to get into bed at 11. There was a time I was getting into bed at 10. I'm trying to get back to that because I do feel like waking up earlier is better. I definitely am like a believer in that. Okay. I'm just going to share myself out so we can have some more peeps in here. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. Okay. We're doing this, guys. We're doing exactly. I see you. Hi, Maria. Good morning. All of our PST are here. All right. Founders chat happening now. Join in live. Congrats. New sellers plus this weekend's schedule. Join. Okay. Amazing. Okay. Live now. Join in and say hi. So, to our subscribers, we're going to still maybe fill in some spots. So listen in because I can let you know what's available and we can get you scheduled. And if you're already hosting a live sale this weekend and you just want to host another one, that's totally okay because the closer we get, totally flexible. Is that PST or PTSD? I totally have PTSD. I totally have some PTSD for sure. I remember I was in a car accident on Christmas Day 2016. It was serious PTSD. Like I didn't want to drive. I like had a very emotional reaction and you think everything's going to crash into. I mean, obviously I'm way over that and I wasn't driving a lot back then. But yeah, we were rear-ended and angels saved. We had Arctic Angels because if we had been hit on the passenger side, we would have hit incoming traffic. But we were hit on the driver's side, and so we spun into the wall on the side, hit, and then spun again, and the tires popped, and we stopped. But we stopped on the ramp, so it wasn't like in incoming traffic. Anyway, PTSD from that. Be very careful driving on Christmas Day, everyone, because people are drunk driving, and it was a hit and run, so they were definitely drinking. That is my PSA for today. I always overshare on these, but that's the point of live sales. Sometimes we get to know each other. Okay, so we've got 7 live viewers. I'm going to see if any more people pop in, but thank you guys for being here. Normal Friday morning chat. We've got lots to talk about, but I am going to make it pretty speedy. I am at my showroom. I'm getting ready for two markets this weekend. So I have a lot to do. Yeah, holy moly, I know. The drones. Yeah. Do you guys know? And hi, Elsie. I see your star now. Do you see your star? Because I think it has to do with the download. Okay, so have you guys heard that there's, as we wait for a few more viewers, there are drones that are constantly in New Jersey. And it started around, what was it, like mid-November, Elsie? And I was in New York then, and I saw one in New York. And I was like, why is there a drone in New York City? That is so against the rules of drones. You're not allowed. And it was like hovering pretty low so that like if a man was 6'7", he could probably jump and like have grabbed it. It was really strange. And I took a video of it. I'll put it in the chat. But yeah, they haven't gotten to the bottom of it, and I really think it must be the government and they're just covering it. Because why wouldn't they shoot these things down? I don't understand. Like I'm sorry, like I don't care if it's, you know, casual droning. Like you're not allowed to do this. Like come on, whoever is doing this, who might just be a citizen, like don't do that, you know? But I don't think it's a citizen. I think it's something else. Oh, you saw them last night. But but the government's covering it up. Like they're not saying, like they should just say it's the military. Maybe they're not saying that so that people don't try to shoot them down themselves. I don't know. It's very sus. You've been seeing them for 2 weeks. Oh, nothing to see, just keep it moving. Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. I used to run, here's more life story things. I used to run an Airbnb, and someone left a drone, and this was 2018, something like that. So I think that you could still get away with some droning in the city, but I sold that on eBay. They left it in the Airbnb and I just sold it on eBay. Because yeah, that's what resellers do. When we find other people's stuff, we sell it. If we can't get it back to the original owner, we sell it. That is what we do. We must not be strategic. No drones here. Yeah. What if there was like a drone company that released bedazzled drones that were covered in vintage jewelry? That could be an interesting business. But yeah, no. Anyway, I try to be funny. Thank you, Diana. All right, we've got 8 live viewers. I don't want to take up too much of your time, guys. We are on the topic of drones. I'm just seeing if there's something else I missed. PTSD from drones. But we don't have PTSD here in Jewelry Addicts from our new seller spotlight. Because you know what? Some of our new sellers I know were very nervous, but everyone did so excellent and showed up and had a lot of support. So I just want to say again, I did post this in our subscriber channel last night, but thank you to anyone here who made some time to show up and to show their support. Because, you know, really I would say the main intent of the new seller spotlight is so that anyone who's a new seller who also might be unfamiliar with live selling feels like this is a comfortable place for them to make some mistakes and to also get support. And I definitely feel like that was accomplished last night and the night before. Reminder, we do our new seller spotlight the second Wednesday and second Thursday of every month. It is a train. There are 10 spots open. We might open it up to 12 in the future, but we didn't sell out for the last 2 days. So we'll probably keep it at 10 spots. If you are a new seller and you're tuning in or watching the replay and you want to partake in the new seller spotlight, just reach out to myself or Flippin' Vintiques. That's Jamie. She's our amazing live sale assistant. She does organize that, and we have a calendar for January that you can book now if you would like. But what we do is we on the regular check in with our new sellers who have applied within the last month, and we let them know that this is an opportunity for them. Even if you have sold with us, but you're technically a new seller, you can partake in the new seller spotlight. So I know Sarah from Who Knew Mercantile, she has been selling it up in Vintage Jewelry Addicts and is quickly becoming a leader. But she did the new seller spotlight, I think think it was on Wednesday, Sarah. I can't remember. It's all a blur to me. It's the drones. They're taking over my brain. But she did it Wednesday, and that was totally cool. We also shout out to Daniel of, I forget what it's called. I believe Mandy's Thrifty Finds, something like that. Our first male gender seller who has hosted a live sale. Like, I'm pretty sure we have male gender sellers in the marketplace, but I believe that was our first live male gender seller. And that's really exciting. And, you know, this isn't something I normally say, but we are welcome to everybody, all genders, all gender associations. We want you to feel like this is a open place for you. So this isn't just for the ladies. This is for everybody, for human beings, just to make it more general. And I just think that that's fantastic. And so that was a huge win for me. Just because we definitely want to make sure that Vintage Jewelry Addicts, you know, helps all jewelry addicts. We want all jewelry addicts to be here. So shout out to Daniel. Yeah. Diana says, oh, now you got my brain stuck in designing jewelry drones. You really could. So you could probably go on eBay and get some on auction, like pretty cheap, and then bedazzle them and then sell them again on eBay for like a lot more. Maybe Louis Vuitton. No, Louis Vuitton isn't really like, well, it would be the print, right? Maybe like Swarovski would do it. Yeah, this is definitely a business model for the rich and elite to have drones. I mean, people have bought like much more useless things, you know. Broken jewelry, yeah, because obviously we want to make sure that we're being sustainable. But yeah, shout out to Daniel. Shout out to Daniel. Yes. Okay, I'm just making sure I didn't miss any comments. So all of our new sellers, I don't have the list in front of me, unfortunately. Let me see if I can get it. I'm going to give a quick rundown, a quick shout out. And then we are going to jump into who's selling this weekend. And we do have some open spots, guys, so stay with me. Stay with me, alrighty? Okay. Oh, where is the flyer? Like, we post so much in the chats, which is a good thing. Okay, first shout out, D'Artagnan of Nobody's Child's Vintage. Backstory about D'Artagnan. When I first built this community in February of 2023, we're coming up on 2 years. Yeah, that's how long it takes to build things, guys. We were a vintage clothing and accessories group, and D'Artagnan was one of my sellers from Facebook who transitioned very quickly to using this platform. I am so grateful to her. I'm so glad that she has come back and she wants to sell vintage jewelry and accessories with us. Shout out D'Artagnan. Thank you so much for being in my corner, my friend, if you're watching this replay or live. And she kicked off the entire series. Followed by Ladybug TV at 7 p.m. Sarah was Wednesday night at 8 p.m. of Who Knew Mercantile. And then we had Pre-Loved Lux 83 at 10 p.m. 6 p.m. was Daniel, Thrifty Mandy and Boys is the name. And then Unique Around the Corner, I believe her name was Mary, at 7 p.m. Bead Goddess at 8 p.m. And then we had Sherry of 512 Vintage at 10 p.m. It was a jam-packed lineup. We had some openings, but obviously with the holidays, you know, people are busy. And so if you are a new seller and you didn't have the opportunity to partake in this one, you can already sign up for January, which is the second Wednesday and the second Thursday of the month. Okay, let's jump into our schedule for this weekend because we do have a few open spots. Tonight is sold out. And when I say sold out, we're completely booked. And I believe we're kicking off with Maria. Am I right? Am I right? I'm right. Maria Luna Magica at 4:30. She's magic. So she will kick us off tonight. Followed by Cherie of French Rose Vintage at 6. Followed by Jen of Hints of Violet at 7:30. And Debbie of Gypsy Warrior Goddess Healer Dealer at 9 p.m. Tomorrow, Saturday, December 14th, we have a few openings. So technically we have 4:30 and 6 p.m. open for anyone who wants to grab a last minute slot. So that's 4:30 to 6 or 6 to 7:30. But right now we have Nancy of Nancy's Vintage Treasures at 7:30. And we have Diana of Arctic Angels Treasures at 9 p.m. And this is all EST, guys. Shoot me a message if you want to take the 4:30 or 6 p.m. slot for tomorrow. Sunday, we have one slot open. It looks like Nancy of Nancy's Vintage Treasures, she booked twice. That's fine. You're only supposed to book once per weekend initially, but she might have booked twice by mistake, but that's totally fine. Nancy of Nancy's Vintage Treasures, she'll be live at 4:30 on Sunday. I'll reach out to her and just make sure she does want that spot. And then Melody of Melody Jones at 6 p.m. until 7:30, but we have the 7:30 open on Sunday. So 7:30 EST on Sunday. If anyone wants to grab that, I'll check the chat as well, or send me a DM. I will schedule you in. And then we have Kristen of Keenly Kristen at 9 p.m. on Sunday. So I want to talk about a few things with our sellers, just some like suggestions. I think I had shown this in my last founders chat, and I meant to make a video about it, and it's just one of those like lingering to-dos that I always forget. But when you guys are hosting a live sale, if you want to let your VIPs know, you need to make sure that when you use the @ sign to tag, that when you find that person you want to tag, and I'm just going to grab someone right now. I'll just tag Debbie. Okay. Make sure that it's bolded and highlighted. If you're copying and pasting people's names with the @ sign, it doesn't actually tag them, which is unfortunate because that's a lot faster. So I suggest just taking a few minutes, like 20 minutes before your live sale, going into the live sale announcements chat and making sure that you put @ and then you start to type out that person's name. You might have to scroll down. I just used my eye. Scroll down like this to find the person, click, make sure it's highlighted, and then press enter. Again, I know it's tedious. If anyone wants to just like make sure that they did it correctly by sending me a DM, I'm happy to check. Another suggestion that I have picked up on for myself, right, is that sometimes people, when you're doing a live sale, they're not ready to buy right then and there. So remember that you guys can always create a private listing for someone. This is new, and it gives us the opportunity to put up a listing that, you know, others can't buy. And what you can do is say to someone, so let's say I'm, you know, on the live and I'm like, oh, blah, blah. You could say, okay, Sammy, totally okay. I will loop back with you over Messenger. Let's figure out what you want that hasn't sold, and then I'll make you a private listing. And I have done that with Jamie. I have done that with Kristen of Keenly Kristen. I'm about to do it with Sarah of Who Knew Mercantile, because she makes these amazing Christmas tree ornaments, and I'm just going to buy up from her. And that might be something that you can put in your host notes and then just say at the beginning, at the end, throughout the live sale, because a lot of our customers, like, they're not as familiar with the platform as we are as sellers. So you almost have to remember, like, who am I speaking to? Do I just want to reach the customers that know how to use Vintage Jewelry Addicts, or do I want to reach new customers, and kind of just give them a few options? And I think that for some new customers, when they want to buy multiple things, it's nice for them because they see the shipping as one price versus the multiple prices and the progressive shipping. Also remember that you guys, and I put some host notes up for you guys. If you click, you can put host notes and it doesn't change. So you don't have to keep typing out host notes, but you can always edit it. But once you make an edit, it sticks for your next live sale. But in your host notes, you can make notes, you know, about private listings, about bundles, about how you do your shipping. Just anything that you think will be useful for a new customer, especially a new customer. And if people are in search of items, right, where we have a lot of people that come on lives, myself included, and I'm like, hi, do you have this? Do you have that? And, just following up with them, like, don't hesitate to send them a message after the live and say, hey, I noticed that you were looking for this. I have this. Would you like some photos? So I think most of us know to do that, but also for our buyers, to feel like they can make requests and then they can shop with you after the live sale. It's good to remind them, that like, it's not like a one and done thing. It's not like, oh, if you don't shop from Diana right now, you can't shop from her ever again. No, you can continue the conversation over message, or over Messenger. So also the nice thing about District is they don't block email addresses. And this is something I did not notice until 2 days ago when Sarah sent me her email address and it wasn't blocked. So if there is a customer that's just like struggling, which I get it, right? Not all of us get notifications, blah, blah, blah. You can take it to email. You can easily give them your email address and you can take it to email. I just suggest finalizing the purchase on District because you guys get all those great perks like seller protection and tracking and things like that. But just FYI that District does not block the sharing of email addresses, which I think is really good. Most platforms do, as we all know. So so customers can read the host notes. So the host notes are public. So right now, you guys should be able to click that. And it says, congrats to our December new seller spotlight sellers, blah, blah, blah. So that won't change for my next live sale unless I click edit. So what's nice, Diana, is you can make host notes that stay with you forever. So you're not continually copying and pasting and editing and all the things. It's just like, it's there for you permanently. And it's really nice as a seller, especially if you have guidelines, right? So let's just say, for example, you're a seller who like really can't ship in less than 3 days. And you just want that to be clear. You can put it in your host notes. Or maybe you're a seller who uses, and Diana, I think this is a conversation we had, so I'm not calling you out because I totally support it. You're a seller who uses, pre-used packaging because you want to be sustainable, which I totally support. I always use pre-used packaging. You can put it in your host notes. You can also put in your host notes to shop your marketplace. So remember that when someone buys something from you on a live sale and you have progressive shipping turned on, the progressive shipping continues until you print their label. So if I buy something from Diana and then the next day I buy something else from her marketplace and she hasn't printed the label, I get progressive shipping. If she has printed the label, because at night she's like, I'm gonna stay up till 3 a.m. and I'm just gonna print out these labels for the customers that were on my 9 p.m. EST live sale, then I don't get progressive shipping. So you can also say in your host notes, I don't print out your labels for 12 hours so that you guys can shop my marketplace and you can continually get progressive shipping, which is 50 cents per item or whatever. There's a phrase, it's called KISS, keep it simple, stupid. I don't want it to like overcomplicate how you communicate with your buyers, but also at the same time, you're giving them information that they just don't naturally know. And I think that's also back to that acronym, like we sometimes do just have to re-explain things because, well, I know I forget, but our buyers who are new, they have no information, but even buyers that have, shopped with us before, they recognize that every seller is different. So they might not think that that's something you do. Like if so-and-so does something, they might not assume that someone else does it. Right. So it's good just to let them know. So I really like host notes. I think host notes, it is the best way to be clear, to communicate, to be transparent, maybe put down some boundaries, some guidelines, but also just to explain to the buyers, hey, this is who I am, this is what I offer, this is what I encourage you to do, this is how you can continue to shop with me, these are my shipping policies, blah 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 blah. And then, you know, if there is a moment in your live sale where you just want to go over all of that, you can click it. So I can click it open and I can read from it so that I don't have to memorize it. And I don't have to pull from my brain and squeeze my brain more than I need to, because we all know live sales can be exhausting because you're talking so much. All right, guys. Woo! Speaking of, I have so much work to do. So I'm going to wrap up. That's so awesome, Elsie. Elsie writes, also, if you go live on multiple times a week, you can also say, I ship on Tuesdays and Fridays. That is so true, because then, so let's say if you only ship on Tuesdays and someone buys from you on a Wednesday, then if they shop the Friday and you haven't printed their shipping label, the progressive shipping continues. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, exactly. I love that. Yes, yes, yes. I had said this in my last founders chat, no promises. I don't know when it's coming, but also mentions during live sales are supposed to be coming. So what that looks like is you go live and you can, and I'll just give you guys an example. You can tag someone in the live sale and they get a notification, and the notification sends them directly to the live sale. So that right now isn't actually a tag because it's not, you know, it's not on right now. They haven't added it to the app, but it's supposed to be coming. I think that's going to make things really wonderful for our sellers who have really created a client list and want to make sure that they reach out to their clients. And so what that might look like is that you just go live a little bit earlier. So if you have a 7 o'clock, if you have a 7:30, you go live at like 7:20 and you just spend some time tagging, and then that seller who's wrapping raids you at the appropriate time. But yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I just want you guys to know that that is coming. And yeah, we have a few more announcements. I'm not going to go over them quite yet. I'll finish with subscribers. Remember that Monday night we do have a training. I would love to see as many of you there as possible, even if you can only be there live for 15 minutes. Melody Jones and Jamie of Flippin' Vintiques. Sorry, I can't talk now. I've been speaking so much. We'll be training. I will be training. It will be a great, training hangout, but we are going to have like a proper like wine and hang. And that wine can be, a actual glass of wine or a wine, like I'm whining. Basically just some, kind of back and forth conversation about how to be better, how to improve, different things you guys might be looking for. So that's going to be at the beginning of January or like the second week of January. So that will be a wine and chat subscriber hangout, but this Monday night will be a training. And I would love to see you guys there. So if you can't come, you will get a link to the replay, and it's open to tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, because we are going over some pretty valuable information that's just really going to set everyone up to win. And yeah, so that's that. Exactly. No, it's okay. I have some things to whine about myself, but I'd rather hear them from you guys. All right, cool. All right, guys. Woo! Woo, let's go. Let's go. Congratulations in advance to our sellers. I will be on your live sales tonight. I look forward to seeing you guys rock it out. Shout out to Maria for kicking us off at 4:30. Sunday at 12 noon is the new. Diana, do you hear me? 9 a.m. PST. 12 noon EST is the new subscriber calendar. We're changing things around where our first live sale is going to start at 5:30 and our final live sale will be at 10. We're hoping that this is going to be awesome. I noticed last night that the late live sales had many more viewers than the early live sales. I mean, it's logical, right? But now we're like, all right, let's actually try to move everything up so that we are creeping into more of a late night. And we have another strategy that we're going to test out in the future. I'm just not ready to reveal that yet. But we want to make sure that you guys are capturing as many viewers as possible with the right time. So 5:30 will be the first, and then 7, and then 8:30, and then 10. 12 noon EST. First come, first serve. I know you guys hate it. I know. I haven't come up with a different strategy yet, so we're still doing that. And I will put it in the subscriber chat. I will be at a market event, so if you guys have questions or concerns, I might not be able to get back to you. So I will put that in the chat where I'm like, hey guys, like, make sure you sign up correct. If there's any requests for changes, I might have to handle it that night because I will be selling in Philadelphia and on like 5 hours of sleep. So, all right, guys, I appreciate you. Yes, she's running. Pre-left Lux 83. You crushed it. Thank you so much for selling with us on Wednesday night. I gave you a shout out early. We would love to have you as a subscriber. So anyone who was a new seller, I will probably reach out to you before the end of the year as well, just to see if you are interested in becoming a subscriber with us. So, okay, I'm gonna go. Bye guys. Watch out for the drone.